Morning, everybody. So, looking at the Dow this morning, and as per usual, we start with a weekly just to sort of see where we are. Excuse me. See where we are within relation to the weekly. And I think so far, one day into the week, and we have closed above Tekinson, which is a pretty a bullish signal. So, from a weekly perspective, we are still bullish. Okay, we have had a bearish crossover, but apart from that, all the other signals are still bullish. And I think the key element here is that we've broken this downward trend line. Okay, so obviously looking at the week, we'd want a weekly close above this, but for now we are above it. Let's just drill down to the daily. And it's such a mess at the moment on the daily. There's just no traction, very little happening. So let's just look at it from a Ichimoku's perspective. So we have Tikkun sorry, we have Seiko span, brown line, which is behind price. So in other words, there's price, and this is behind price. It's also behind Kijinsen, the red line, and Tikkensen, the blue line. So ideally, we need Seiko span, the brown line, to be in this area here, because then it's just white space in front of it. There's nothing to hold it up. At this stage, it'll find resistance on price, on Kijinsen and Tikkensen. Okay, so that's the challenge. Now you'll notice the last couple of days we've had quite a bit of indecision. And what I want to do here is let's just draw out the range on this range bar. Okay, this range bar here. And the reason why is because Kijinsen is flat, okay, and it's in the 50% of this range, right? And now you look at Tikkensen, which is starting to curve to the upside and point the upside. The cloud is starting to move together. So another couple of days, there'll be a twist here in the cloud. Now, the reason why I want to draw the line is because I would expect some resistance in the cloud, either on the edge of the cloud here, inside the cloud, or the top of the cloud. Okay, and the reason is it's just the way that the Ichimoku works. So, first level of resistance is Kijinsen. Second level of resistance is, first level of resistance is Tikkensen. Second is Kijinsen. And then the third is the bottom of the cloud. And then the fourth is the top of the cloud. So those are your four areas where resistance will happen, especially when you're below the cloud. Obviously, when you're above the cloud, those will be areas of support. And in the same order. So Tikkensen, Kijinsen, bottom of cloud, top of cloud. Okay. I am still concerned about this. Okay, this is not conforming to move to the upside. So for me, the probability is that something is going to happen soon, and it'll have to happen in this area here if we do break. Otherwise, we're going to come back now to this area and test the break of this trend line. Okay, so from a price action perspective, there's two scenarios here. We would want to see a retest of this green trend line. Okay, so we want to see price come back to this area before building momentum going to the top. Let's come out the 4 hour. And okay, I'm going to delete this range now because there's something else that's bugging me with this thing. Okay, so yesterday I pointed out this wedge, okay? And you can see the wedge is part of a bigger channel. The positive part here is that we've broken this 200 EMA. So we've closed a couple of 4-hour bars above the 200 EMA, which is a great sign. So the question on my mind is, do we have a wedge here? Okay, we don't have diversions anymore. Okay, yesterday we had some brewing, but you can see how yesterday's move to the upside basically killed that completely. So the question is, do we have a wedge, or is this just the channel and we are breaking this trend line without a retest? So let's just get some levels in here. So the first level which has been broken is that one. The previous high is this area here, which we have broken. Okay. So now your next levels are as follows. Wrong one. This Brooks gap here, which we're pretty close to, so I would expect something to happen there. And then we will have one of these, so either this or this pin bar, and I would assume that it's going to be that pin bar because of everything on the left here. You see how often we've touched it. So those are kind of the two areas, and then obviously the last one is up top here, which that's going to be a big one because there's a cloud, a flat cloud. You can see there's a pin bar there. There's a lot of resistance to this area, and you'll probably find that it's a Fibonacci level as well, which we can check from there down to there. Yeah, 76.4 Fibonacci level. Bang on the money. There it is there. Okay, so these are the three Fibonacci levels that I pay attention to: 50, 61.8, and 76.4. And I think just going to come down to our all intents and purposes, we are trending to the upside. So bottom left to top right, we are trending. So yeah, so I think for me, just continue trading with the trend. And we do have a bit of a double top, but you can see how Dickinson is holding up price on the hour. We are going flat now because it is after hours data, but we'll have a look at the DAX just now and then we'll get a better picture. So I think for me, probably safe to say that we've broken this level. Let's just find the big level, which is this one here. So let's just make it red. Configure. Okay. We can come back to the hour and just have a look at what's going on. So we have broken this level. So provided this level holds, I'll be looking for longs. I think change my tune slightly. Was looking like we were going to bounce off this level, but we did have a bit of a sell-off at 8 o'clock. But I suppose that was just another entry to get long. Yeah, so I think we're looking for something. Just play it off Dickinson, I think is what I'm going to do. So price come back to Dickinson, hold Dickinson on the hour. I'll put the next trade in for a long and see what happens. Stop loss is going to be pretty wide. It's going to be probably an 88-point stop loss. I'll run it behind Dickinson on the hour. If you want to, you can run it below on the 4-hour, but then the problem with that is it's going to be quite big. Now it's a 270 point if you're running it behind the 4-hour. So I think yeah, I'll just run it behind Kijun on the 1 hour and just trade with the trend. We are above the cloud. We're going from the left to the right. Trend is up, so any slight pullback into this zone here, and I'll put in a trade to the long side. I hope that helps. That's the Dow. I'll catch you later.